And
hey,
this is
our
worst episode.
Hello.
No, this is 90s Percentile.
This is 90s Percentile, yes.
We're going to do a live recording any minute. We had some technical difficulties, as always. We're going to get started. Let's just, this is not a bad frame, right?
No, I think we look good. Boobs. Oh, it's Matt. Of course it's Matt. Hey, Matt, how's it going? Show boobs. All right, buddy.
Between the ASMR and the boobs, this is quickly... How's that look? Does that do anything?
I'm not paying attention, sorry. Talk about getting a boner in class again. Ah, we will. We'll get there. Alright, I'm just going to post this on the Reddit real quick.
Whoop!
And there goes the TV.
I turned the TV off. I believe the Periscope is still going.
Alright, Matt, thank you for coming to yell boobs. We'll see you later, and we'll have you back at some point. Alright guys, so we haven't actually started recording the show. I don't know what Jack is doing right now. He's turning on and off the lights. Take it easy, Matt. Yeah, so hey guys, we're going to keep this recording as opposed to our usual Periscope?
We can get by on natural sunlight, right?
Yeah, we look fine. I mean, I look like some sort of god. Some sort of golden god. I'm Superman and you're Batman, basically. You're very dark.
Do you bleed?
Alright,
this is 90s Percentile, episode 21? 90s Percentile, old enough to drink.
It is 20. That's episode 21. So this is, if you're paying attention, this is not going to be tomorrow's episode. It's going to be the June 13th episode, is it? Actually, my birthday. It's my birthday.
Happy birthday.
So we'll work that in organically. Alright, I'm just going to retweet this from worst episode ever.
So if we did do a birthday episode, we were thinking about maybe doing a birthday episode. It would have actually been a week after our birthdays.
Correct, yeah, it would have not worked out.
It would have been June 20th.
Alright guys, alright, you start.
Is this, we're okay with this frame? I feel like we could almost get it even closer.
I think we're good.
No?
I can stare right into
I don't like that we're, yeah. Now that we're actually looking at it on the big screen.
Right, it's all good.
I should be looking here, I shouldn't be looking there.
We should be looking there,
not
but we're
there,
looking at ourselves.
There, not there.
If you're wondering why we're pointing up and down and it looks strange, we're recording on Jack's phone, which is here, but we're also watching on a monitor, which is right above the phone.
Maybe we should, once we get started, I don't know, I don't want to fuck around with the setup, maybe we should show them what the big timer looks like.
I don't want to do anything that is going to jeopardize what we took an hour to set up.
Very delicate setup.
Extremely delicate setup.
If one of us sneezes too hard, the whole thing.
Yeah. So if we suddenly just go out, that's what happened.
All right.
But we can see you guys. We can see your comments. We got 5 people already here. Is one of them us? No, it's not because that's not what we're doing this time. Never mind.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
We have 5 people are actually watching this live right now.
Too many things at once right now.
So hello people. It's nice to see you. I'm Dan. That's Jack.
Let's just do this shit.
Let's start the show. Can we still start the timer on YouTube like we usually do?
Oh yeah, and as always, guys, with our Periscope videos, we'll be dicking around on different websites and stuff, so we might not always catch your comments.
Yeah.
And stick around. This is actually the practice show. We're doing this is a practice for our season finale of Worst Episode Ever.
Correct.
Which will be in
like 2 hours.
Hour and a half.
It'll be about 2 hours.
Hour 45.
Yeah, ideally at 1:30 Eastern time.
Because we have to watch the show. And then after that, we're going to do a Q&A with you guys. Whoever sticks around, you guys can ask us whatever you want. You'll get the answers right now, but we probably won't post the video or whatever until July, August, when we need something to post.
The doldrums of summer.
We will be on the beach drinking Coronas.
Sipping cocktails.
Oh, wait, no, I'll be at work.
Yeah, I'll be at work too.
Anyway.
Alright, whatever.
I guess we don't want to full screen the timer, huh?
No. Because we want to, the whole point of everything was so that we can see the Periscope. Alright.
I don't like that. This is throwing everything off. We can't play videos. I don't have my Austin Powers soundboard.
That's probably for the best. Alright, so you're starting the show 60 minutes. You know what you're saying, right? 60 minutes on the clock straight out of We Studios is 90% Percentile. My name is Jack. That's basically it.
And then
kick it at me.
And then do I say first topic?
No, I'll just jump right into the first topic because there's no guest.
Let's do it! Whoop. Alright, ready?
Yep.
This is awkward. This is weird.
Jack,
I feel their eyes watching me.
When you're listening to this later and editing out this crap, this is when you're actually about to start. This is when the 60 minutes begins.
Thank you, Pastel. See, I wish we were just looking at each other. I don't like this weird 45-degree angle.
I also wish we were looking at each other.
Can't we just look at each other like normal?
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. I just want to be able to see the comments of the Periscope people. I don't want to turn my head slightly to the left. And I shouldn't have to.
Well, I'm turning it slightly to the right. So.
Well...
And I'm a lefty.
And I'm a righty. Boy, we're the original odd couple. We're very
Anyway.
All right. Ready when you are.
60 minutes are on the clock, and straight out of Wii Studios, this is 90s Percentile. My name is Jack.
My name is Dan, and we are talking everything 90s, and maybe also everything before and after.
And we're live streaming this, by the way, we should just mention, because I'm not sure if that was a clean take. You might have spoken over my 60 minutes around the clock.
I thought we might redo it, but so, I guess not. I guess we're just going with it. So it's fine.
So if you heard the tail end of Dan's syllable, that's because this is actually, we were actually just talking to our Periscope crowd for a little bit.
Yes, so we are recording this episode on Periscope. We got 59 minutes and 28 seconds to go. This video, I think we're going to save it, so it should be available somewhere. If for some reason
we don't know
you want to see Jack and I and be like, oh my god, I'm in the room with these guys.
We got to get that 360.
We're gonna get VR. Once VR is in the mainstream, we are going to have virtual podcasting where it's like you're in the room with us.
You'll eat what we eat.
Yes, you'll smell what we smell.
You'll see my broken window that Dan broke.
Well, it's, I don't agree that I broke it. But anyway, we are here. It's just the two of us today. We do not have a guest.
It's probably for the best.
If you're listening to this the day it comes out, not the day we're recording it, it is my birthday.
Hey!
And your birthday would have just passed. Your birthday is 2 days before mine.
You're June 11th. A year and 2 days.
Well, so yeah, I meant just the day.
I've got some time on you.
I can tell. Time has aged you,
I'm just a withered old man.
Yes. You're just a husk of your former self. But yeah, this is 90s Percentile. I kind of like when we don't have a guest. I love our guests. We've had some great guests.
But then they take away all the Dan time.
You know what?
You just want to hear more Dan.
You say it as a joke, but that's exactly right. I like to hear myself talk. I think the listeners like to hear me talk.
Maybe I should just go. Maybe it should just be 60 minutes of Dan.
Okay, get out of here. 60 minutes are on the Dan, and straight out of Dan, it's Dan Percentile.
Our first topic is Dan.
That's like, I haven't watched it yet, but there was the movie Welcome to Me that Kristen Wiig did. Did you hear? You know about this
I've heard of it. Yeah,
she wins the lottery, right? And she just decides to spend the money on making her own Oprah-like talk show.
Yeah,
I don't know that the movie was supposed to be very good, but I do want to watch it.
I know she has a full frontal nudity scene.
I do know that because
I've said that's the only thing I know about it.
I'm pretty sure she has a mental breakdown and like walks through a store totally naked.
That's not a fun naked scene.
No, it's like a dark comedy kind of thing. It's you're probably not going to jerk off to it. Maybe you.
Or if you are, then you're also
very sad.
Adding to the sad. Yeah.
It's just a sad situation for everyone involved. But she's not full frontal in Ghostbusters. I think that might happen.
I think all four of them go full frontal.
I think they cross the streams at the end, and all of their shirts come off.
Why is everybody hating on this movie? It's just some naked ladies crossing streams.
Could you imagine if that actually was in the movie? Like, there's this whole this terrible.
I can't imagine it.
There's this terrible misogyny going around where people are hating on Ghostbusters because it's all women, and it's just at the end of the movie, just all of their boobs come flying
They
out.
just give in to the misogyny. An unhappy ending.
I can't even imagine that would be real. But anyway,
Stay puft Marshmallow.
Stay hard, Marshmallow Man. All right, guys.
I'm trying to think of a Vigo one.
Be going all night is what he's doing.
Sure.
All right, whatever. The moment has passed, so I think it's time we go
slime
into.
And Slimer is come.
There it is. Ecto cooler, huh? Ecto cool her because she's naked. No, all right, never mind. Yeah. I think it's time for.
Get her. Close off.
If someone's just joining on the Periscope, they are very, very confused.
Janine, don't look at me with those huge tits. Janine, sorry about the huge tits comment. I'll be in my office.
All right. It's getting away from us now. I think it's time for our first topic, so we're going to go into the random topic generator.
Let's do it.
Neither of us have any...
The Wheel of Death, it seems to be the name of the month.
Wheel of Death has kind of been sticking. I've been calling it the Wheel of Death random topic generator. So
that's I've always liked random topic generator. Actually, I just found my original, I was going through my notes, my scrap, and I found the original outline that I came up with 90s Percentile way back in September.
Okay.
And in my notes, I had called it the Bowl of Topics.
Yes, I do remember you calling it the Bowl of Topics.
I think we were going to, the idea was going to be like a physical fishbowl full of it, and you were like, we have computers.
Yeah, computers are better, and we did actually have someone custom code us a Wheel of Death topic generator. We paid like...
Shout out to that guy.
$20 on, what was it, Fiverr, I think is what we used. And it works super well. I've got our first topic.
Let's do it.
Our first topic, I don't see how much time we have left on the show, but
it
you guys
is
probably
55
know.
minutes and 22 seconds.
Our first topic, Anna Nicole Smith, as
boy.
suggested by Mr. Dan Dennis. Let's get it out of the way first. Anna Nicole Smith, star of Naked Gun 33 1/3. The final insult.
And she probably would have been the 5th Ghostbuster.
She probably would have.
Had she not died. She's dead, by the way.
She is long dead. She's been dead for like a decade at this point.
Bones now. Bones and dust.
It's an uplifting podcast that we're doing here. I think we have a guest. We're less macabre. Anna Nicole Smith, if you guys don't know, she was a Playboy Playmate. I believe she was a Playmate of the Year at one point. Blonde, tall, buxom lady, and she kind of tried to be an actress and then married some rich old guy, and then he died, and she got his money, and then she died. And I don't know where his money is now.
There's a huge fight over her money, I believe.
Yes,
his money.
I think you're right.
Between her kid and like her boyfriend, agent. There's just a bunch of sleaze surrounding her.
Yeah.
It was really sad.
She had a reality show on E, I think, and I think it was one of the first big E reality shows.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have that much to say about
She seemed
Nicole
genuinely likable, I could say that. I never watched the show, but from pop culture osmosis, what I gathered.
Yeah.
She seemed like a gentle, like benign maybe would be the word.
She seemed harmless.
Yeah. Benign's a smarter way to say harmless.
No. Harmless. Yeah. I use a 25-cent word when a penny-cent word.
The doctor doesn't go, your tumor is harmless.
My doctor does. My doctor doesn't, actually. He says your tumor is very harmful.
It's malignant. You
and
have
you need
6 weeks to live.
Well,
that's why we're not doing worst episode ever.
That's why we're going on hiatus. I have to go die.
So when we come back from summer break, and
it'll be
it's just gonna be me and the ghost of Freet.
Yes, these are all references to our Simpsons show, which
probably shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah. But if you guys don't listen to Worst Episode Ever, you should. But that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about Anna Nicole Smith.
Her Wikipedia, you know how they have the table of contents?
Yeah.
Chapter 7 is personal life, and then the subchapters are birth of daughter, death of son.
Oh, God.
That's sad.
Yeah, she did have a son die. I do remember that.
Apparently.
And a
daughter be alive.
She had a pretty tough life, I actually think.
Seems like it.
For all the money and fame that she had, I think it was not a good time. She died. She was only 39 when she died. She died February of 2007, which is almost a decade ago, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, I remember the day she died.
Almost 9.5 years ago.
I remember the day she died. I was working at Off Track Betting on TV.
Yeah.
And it's like a line of us. If you've ever, it's almost like a bank. We're all behind bulletproof glass, and it's like a row of us. We're tellers, basically. And, you go to different lines.
Right.
And like the news traveled down the line, and everybody was like, strangely, it was one of the first internet celebrity deaths where like it spread it spread virally. And everybody wanted to be the first to know, first to say, hey, did you know this person died?
Yeah. That's a weird thing we do as a culture now, right?
Yeah, everybody wants to be
on
first
Twitter.
to let them know. How did I find out?
Did you hear about Prince?
Now, these days, I find out when I see the trending topic. If I see somebody's a trending topic, I go, oh, did they die?
Yeah.
And I feel like it was a tweet is how I figured. No, it was the Simpsons, Woohoo Simpsons Facebook group.
I find out a surprisingly large amount of celebrity deaths from that group.
Simpsons Facebook group, they'll do screenshots that are related to today's news.
Right.
And there's a screenshot of Mr. Burns' picture superimposed on Muhammad Ali.
Yeah,
it says R.I.P. And I was like, that's how I just found out the greatest died.
Yeah, from Mr. Burns.
From some random guy in the Simpsons forum. But yeah, anyway, I remember everybody was like, yeah, Anna Nicole died. And there was this strange mix of shock, for lack of a better word, and like, it's just Anna Nicole, who cares?
Well, yeah, I think you're right. I mean, it's sad. She's, as we said, she had a tough life. Her son died. There was a horrible fight with her husband over the money and everything. And we won't get into whether or not she was just with him for the money or whatever. We don't want to say that. I don't want to speak ill of the dead.
I will say.
They come back as ghosts, you know.
I speak ill of the dead all the time.
All right. But that's why you're haunted by the spirits.
It's true.
Jacob Marley comes to you every night.
I speak ill of Jacob Marley all of the time. So this is the chains.
Yeah,
really. You're an idiot.
Come on.
Fucking
I think Scrooge did all the work in that duo. But anyway.
Ooh, chains. Ooh. Get a zipper. Get some Velcro.
Yeah, get some Velcro, Jacob Marley. Is this the 1890s podcast? We're talking very deep into A Christmas Carol at this point, in the middle of June also. But anyway. What were we saying about Anna Nicole Smith? I don't even remember.
She was a horrible person. And
No, she wasn't a horrible
Oh,
person.
no.
I think she, as we said before, she was fairly benign. Yeah. And I think when she died, people were just like...
And she was likable. Besides harmless and benign, she was likable.
She was likable. I think that's why her show was such a big success.
Bubbly.
Again, I never watched it. It's not exactly my cup of tea. But I think she, when she died, it was sad. Apparently not to Jack, who is hilariously laughing.
I'm sorry. I'm scamming ahead the Wikipedia article.
Okay, what do we got? What's giving you the giggles?
People who write this shit.
Yeah.
It just says...
Oh God! I think I know what you're laughing at.
I just saw this. I didn't even read. I just saw this sentence out of context, and it just said, "Before Smith's body was buried, it began decomposing at a faster than normal pace."
What an odd sentence on the Wikipedia page.
On the Wikipedia? And
there's a citation to it.
What is the citation? Live from the coffin.
Oh God!
Anna Nicole Smith's legal troubles. Uslaw.com. I mean, that's horrible that her body was decomposing at a faster rate. But just what a horrible thing to have on your Wikipedia page. Why does that need to be in the Wikipedia? Why is that necessary?
We never figured out, Wikipedia at least never figured out if there were Shrek Dunkaroos. That's still a great mystery. But we know that Anna Nicole Smith is decomposing at a more than natural rate.
Like one of the most written about historical figures of all time is Lincoln.
Yeah, that's true.
And even though his body was embalmed, and we do know a lot about it.
Yeah.
I don't think they felt the need to go around telling people how quickly his body decomposed.
I don't know.
But Anna Nicole Smith's page?
In 1863 or 1865, when did Lincoln die? 1865.
He actually was one of the first uses of embalming.
I think they went around and they were like, "Did you hear about how fast Lincoln was decomposing? It was faster than normal."
That's how Wikipedia worked back then. It was Pinkertons on the Pony Express, and they just go around telling people, and they go, "See citation 69."
And they just left citations in their wake. I don't remember what my point was. Oh, I think I was just going to say,
You say it was great that she died.
I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying I feel like everyone was sad for like a couple of seconds and then just moved on with their lives. Because at the end of the day, it's sad. Like, she had a hard life. It's tough. But...
And, I mean, they did make a big thing about where her money went, her estate. That was kind of tabloid news for a while.
Yes, for a long time.
But I don't think anybody really gave a shit.
I mean, I never understand, like, people who read People Magazine or Us Weekly and all that stuff.
I hate to break it to you, Dan. We're a fucking horrible society full of horrible people that have nothing better to do than to read horrible things about each other.
Or watch periscopes of podcasts.
You monsters!
Yeah, I think that's right. We're terrible people. I was thinking as we were talking about Anna Nicole Smith, we were calling her benign, and we were saying, she seems fine. I always felt the same way about Jenny McCarthy, where she seemed like she was, she's kind of funny, like she had a sketch show on MTV.
She's got that thing about
that's exactly what I was going with. Like, she's not benign anymore. She is malignant.
Yeah, Anna Nicole Smith never really took a political stance on something.
No, and I don't really understand why anyone listens to Jenny McCarthy about anything.
Well, my baby's doctor says I should give him vaccines.
But Jenny McCarthy said I shouldn't, so I guess I won't.
Dr. Phelps, were you on Singled Out?
That's true. I would much rather listen to Chris Hardwick than I would to listen to Jenny McCarthy.
Can we tweet do you have your Twitter open? Can we tweet at Chris Hardwick and ask him what his stance on vaccines?
I'm sure.
The link to autism.
Positive we are not the first people to do that.
I guess so. Huh?
I'm sure he gets that a lot.
Really? I don't think he gets it a lot.
I bet.
Maybe he's got. You bet that people are coming up to me. Hey, Chris Hardwick, star of Nerdist and Talking Dead and all these things. I'm like, what's your take on the link between vaccines and autism?
Because look, there's a lot of trolls like us who might know about. He was on Singled Out with Jenny McCarthy, and would play into that.
I would say a lot. We the purple. I'm sorry, I'm reading Periscope. Now.
Yes.
No, you're not wrong.
I am never wrong, and that's why it's the damn show. You know it. What else can we say about Anna Nicole Smith?
Well, I'm sorry I kept laughing at horrible facts about her death, but I am scanning her Wikipedia. J. Howard Marshall, by the way, was the old rich man that she.
I'm noticing here.
Oil tycoon.
Yes, he was an oil tycoon. But I'm also seeing here a photograph of Anna Nicole Smith was used by New York Magazine on the cover of its August 22nd, 1994 issue titled "White Trash Nation."
Oh.
That's got a sting.
That was when?
1994.
I wish she was alive, but that's terrible.
She was alive. Well, she was alive. Maybe not mentally.
Yeah. No, that's the other thing is I don't know.
She had a lot of drug problems.
Yeah, she was kind of, especially even on her reality show, she was just kind of not quite there.
Right, and she also had weight problems. She had a lot of issues.
She had white problems?
She had white problems.
In that she was white trash, the face of white trash?
Yes, according to New York Magazine.
That's a really offensive, I feel like.
White trash nation?
Yeah, for New York Magazine, I feel like that's kind of offensive.
It's,
right?
I mean, it's offensive to her. I'm sure she didn't like it.
I use white trash a lot. I used it just yesterday, actually, because I'm from a white trash neighborhood, but I still feel like I probably shouldn't be saying white trash.
Well, why not? Just because it's just...
derogatory of poor white people.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, really, you shouldn't be derogatory towards anyone, and we should all be nice and get along and say nice things about Nicole Smith and not defame her after she's dead.
That dumb bitch.
There you are. Right. Well, Jack's opinions do not speak for me or the podcast
bring
in general.
on the ghosts. I do not believe in ghosts at all.
Then we can call the Ghostbusters and their tits can pop out.
Is that on the... Were we talking about that on the air?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think so. Yeah, that was how we started this episode.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, all right.
I can't remember what we talked about to the Periscope crowd before we started recording.
Right. I actually completely forgot, I'm just seeing it now, that she was in the Hudsucker Proxy.
I don't remember that.
She has like one line, I think she says, "Why don't you pop him one, Clarence?"
Aw, that's cute.
And I love the Hudsucker Proxy.
Yeah, great movie. You got me into it.
We can talk about that when it's suggested, so it is.
It is a 90s movie. And absolutely. Of course, she was in Naked Gun 33 and 30.
I could talk about the Coen Brothers. We could do a Coen Brothers podcast, and that would be fucking great, but we have a long list of podcasts we want to do.
No podcast for old men.
I like it. That's good.
I did a stand-up show last night, and I talked about podcasting for just like one quick minute.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize the audience I was playing to was like it's an old white trash, like biker bar. And
okay.
I said podcast, and I just saw the blank look on their faces. Like radio show for the internet.
Pretty accurate.
Bobby Trendy, that was the name of her gay interior decorator. And her
was that something we were trying to remember?
I was trying to remember the
was he like on the reality show?
Her entourage, her ensemble.
Got it.
There was Sugar Pie, her poodle.
Yeah, I don't know anything about
Howard Stern. That's right. Her boyfriend, the shitty manager attorney, his name was Howard K.
He was
Stern.
the other Howard Stern.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is all coming back to me now. This was all big news for like a week and a half after she died.
It was, and yeah, we've all forgotten about it.
It's...
I kind of did forget about it, Nicole Smith, until this topic came up. Like, I haven't thought about her in years.
Yeah. So
whenever the last time I watched Naked Gun 3 was probably the last time I thought about her. I was like, oh yeah, she's dead. That's sad.
She was on a couple Comedy Central roasts. She was in the Jumper video by Third Eye Blind.
I wish you would step back from that ledge, my friend.
I wish you would decompose a little slower. You know? That was like their Elton John's Candle in the Wind.
You're right. They came out. They re-released Jumper
as slower.
For Anna Nicole Smith's decomposing corpse. Third Eye Blind. What a band. I don't really know if we have that much more to say. Should we move on to another topic?
I think so.
All right.
I think the biggest thing we can take from her death...
it was sad.
Ooh, how about this? I'm going to just say... I got an idea in a second.
All right.
But I think the biggest thing we can take from her death is I do think she was one of the first internet... viral celebrity deaths. Yeah, the news of the death.
Right.
I would say Michael Jackson was the first major one, the one that's in like the league of Prince and Robin Williams and stuff like that. But I'm trying to think of what was it, 2007?
2007,
the social media really
This was when social media was really becoming entrenched.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I think at that time, MySpace was around and Facebook had maybe just opened its doors.
I think MySpace might have already been on its way. It was probably just a music
on its way out?
Yeah.
You think so? I don't know about
Facebook. Quickly put it down.
Because Facebook was started in 2004.
Yeah,
in the
first few years, it was just kind of a wasteland.
And then it spread. Whenever Facebook opened to the public,
the news feed was...
that's true, too.
In 2006. I'm trying to think of a big surprise celebrity death that was earlier than 2007. Basically, what was the first social media entrenched celebrity death? Was this it? Shocking celebrity death. You know, if Kirk Douglas goes, nobody's going to be like...
Kirk Douglas still kicking.
Kirk Douglas?
Michael Douglas has had his health problems, and Kirk Douglas just...
He will outlive us all.
Well, he's like 102, isn't he?
Yeah, he's Spartacus.
He is. I think he might be a Highlander. I think he's immortal.
They can.
There can only be one.
You can say there can be only one, but there's Michael Douglas. He looks and sounds just like him. So,
are you suggesting that Michael Douglas is going to chop off his father's head?
I'm not suggesting it. I'm outright saying it.
All right.
That's what's going to happen.
That'll be an Ant-Man too.
Yeah. Now, so before we change topics, was there anybody who died? Was there earlier?
Not that I can think of, but I have a terrible memory, especially around that time in my life.
All right, so let's do a second topic. I was going to throw this out. Maybe instead of using the Wheel of Death, first person to comment on our Periscope with a topic, we'll just do it.
All right, let's do it.
Right,
so Periscope.
First one to shoot us a...
We're giving... Periscope's kind of our guest, so they're getting the topic ticket.
There you go.
They can pick
it.
So
we're sort of justifying made-up rules.
Of course, no one's saying anything, and now we're just talking to an empty screen.
This is awkward because...
We could talk Ill of the Dead some more, I don't know. 90s Spider-Man.
By Kevin Hawthorne, 3.
All right, Kevin, that is our first Periscope topic. 90s Spider-Man. Where to begin? I don't know if you mean...
That 90s, I guess, comic Spider-Man?
Are we talking comics? Are we talking
Kevin, this is nice because we have Kevin here.
That's
Kevin,
true.
Be more specific, for Christ's sake.
Basically, do you want us to talk about the Clone Saga?
You want us to talk about Clone Saga?
Are we talking maximum clonage?
You want us to talk about the cartoon?
Are we talking Spider?
You want us to talk about James Cameron's 90s spec script?
Which was pretty crazy.
Take your time, Kevin. We'll wait.
I mean, we could just talk about... Let's just talk about the comics in general. I feel like...
Clone Saga. Let's rip into it. That's what Kevin just said.
So I've not read the Clone Saga, but if you don't know what the hell it is, it's an infamous storyline in Marvel Comics.
I actually don't quite grasp the Clone Saga. I don't read the comics.
All right, I'll give you a brief history of the Clone Saga as I understand it.
Ben Parker?
Basically, in the late 60s, maybe early 70s, there was a storyline where there was a Spider-Man clone. And the story ended with the clone died. And then in the 90s, they decided, let's go back to that story, and what if the clone didn't die?
All right, and the Clone Saga, this Clone Saga from the 60s, or this clone...
That was like one or two issues.
It wasn't a big monument event or anything.
No, it was just what if there were 2 Spider-Men?
But it was pretty much just like an issue of the week thing. It was
not a spectacle. It was not like a big event.
Okay.
And in the 90s, they brought back the Spider-Man clone, and they were like, what if he didn't die? And there were actually 2 Peter Parkers around, and the clone went by the name Ben Reilly, Ben after Uncle Ben,
was a Ben, yeah.
And Riley after Aunt May's maiden name.
Oh.
So there you go.
I'm so old, my name is Riley.
I'm so old.
I'm Aunt May, I'm so old. I'm nothing like Marissa Tomei.
I like that we're just rewriting our own Marvel universe.
I feel like we should... What would our... Would it be Earth 90?
Earth 90. Earth 90, that's perfect. Yeah. I like it. All right.
Marvel, call us.
We will write
give us lots of money.
We'll write an ongoing series that takes place on Earth 90.
We'll write the whole universe. Fantastic Four.
What did we say Wilson Fisk's catchphrase is? It was something in Swedish. I don't remember. Go back and listen to whatever episode that was. But anyway, the Clone Saga, it was supposed to be a pretty straightforward concept where the Peter Parker that we knew was the clone, and Ben Reilly was the real Peter Parker.
Classic switcheroo.
It was selling very, very well.
Yeah.
This was the mid-90s, the apex of the comic book boom. Like, issues were selling millions and millions of copies. The biggest selling comic of all time was X-Men #1, I think in 91 or 92.
Whoa! Why is it X-Men #1?
It sold 10 million copies. It was X-Men #1 because...
X-Men had been around.
X-Men had been around. It was so popular that they decided to do a second X-Men book monthly, and they gave it to Jim Lee, who was like the hottest artist at the time. It was Jim Lee and Todd McFarlane were definitely the hottest artists. And so Todd McFarlane got Spider-Man #1, which was also a huge, huge seller, and Jim Lee got X-Men #1. But anyway, this Clone Saga thing was selling super, super well. We lost the Periscope, by the way. So.
We didn't lose the Periscope. We just
lost our ability to see the Periscope, so that's a problem. But anyway, it was selling so well that they just kept prolonging it. And the Clone Saga just went on and on and on, way, way past its natural endpoint.
Sorry, I accidentally turned on my favorite station.
Yeah, Buzzer, the ancient game show network with exclusively shows from the late 60s and early 70s. I don't even know.
You say that like it's a bad thing.
It is. It's a bad thing. But yeah, the Clone Saga was it was a fucking mess. At one point, there were just multiple Spider-Men running around. At one point, Carnage was Spider-Man, I think.
Really?
Yeah, it was... The 90s were not a great time for
So let me see if I can get this straight.
Okay.
All right, so there was a clone. It was the issue of Clone.
Yeah.
They brought back, you find out the clone never died, but Peter Parker was the clone?
Yes, but then it was revealed that he wasn't, but I think it was originally supposed to be
so
that he was.
Where's Carnage Spider-Man come in?
I I don't even know. The shit just got crazy at the end. They were just throwing in a bunch of stuff. It was just increasingly nonsensical reveals. It was like the Jackal was behind it, but then it was Dr. Octopus.
Behind what?
And then it was the Jackal turned into an actual Jackal.
Behind what?
Behind the Clone Saga. I almost said the Clone Wars.
He just hid the clone?
I don't even
know,
man.
How much time took place in-universe between the first issue from the 60s and then finding out the clone never died?
Probably
Peter Parker didn't age 30 years.
Probably like 2 years. Marvel works on like a sliding time scale. I would say probably like 2 or 3 years.
Okay.
But in the interim, he had married Mary Jane, and I actually think it was an attempt to get rid of that, which they ultimately did in a much different, much more terrible way.
Well, they killed her?
No. Oh man! All right,
this is 90s.
This is not 90s, but it's a whole other thing.
Sorry, Kevin Hawthorne.
Spider-Man got married to Mary Jane, right?
Makes sense.
Spider-Man loves Mary Jane.
They love each other.
Yep. They did smoochies upside down in the rain.
You can't marry Gwen Stacy because her body decomposed very quickly.
It did. Well, Gwen Stacy actually came back and had children with Norman Osborn, who also came back from the dead.
Didn't he kill her?
Yeah.
Why?
This is another...
That's like a Rihanna-Chris Brown situation.
Spider-Man went through some really dark, terrible storylines in the late 90s, early 2000s. That's the Sins Past storyline if you want to look it up and look into that.
Is that going to be the new Spider-Man movie with the new kid Spider-Man? Oh no, my ex-girlfriend's having sex with the guy that killed her. What if she really is Spider-Man?
Not only that, but they had twins who were artificially aged and had superpowers. It was bad. It was a bad time.
Look, you got a comic about a wisecracking
right. It's really simple.
Teenager,
why
young adult
it?
who can shoot webs at people.
Yeah.
And he swings around.
Yeah.
Do you need rape twins? And like,
you don't need rape twins, but don't you want to insert rape twins wherever you can?
Want to? Be compelled to? I don't know.
I don't even remember which terrible Spider-Man storyline I was explaining. But
Clone Saga, who created?
Clone Saga.
Oh, Mary Sins of the Past.
Right. Well, Sins Past was the Gwen Stacy thing, but then there was One More Day, which was so after the Civil War comic book story, Spider-Man's his personal identity, his secret identity was public knowledge. Like everyone knew Peter Parker was Spider-Man, and they wanted to go back on that, even though it was like only a year later. And they wanted him to not be married to Mary Jane, but they didn't want him to get divorced because they didn't want to. Like, oh, if he's divorced, it makes him seem older. They want him to be like fun Spider-Man. We don't want Spider-Man
to be a divorcee with a convertible.
Yeah, I guess. I don't really know what the logic was. So instead, they had Aunt May die.
Oh, that's much better. She's so old. I can't live anymore. I'm gonna die.
But instead of having Aunt May die, Spider-Man makes a deal with Mephisto, who is the devil in the Marvel Universe.
Like literally Satan?
Right, yeah, he's like looks like the devil. He's not the devil. He's like a lesser demon in the Marvel. It doesn't matter. It's all a bunch of bullshit. It's all made up, believe it or not.
Why is this not in the MCU? Where's the devil in Iron Man 2?
We'll get there. I think the devil was the shoving in of all the S.H.I.E.L.D. stuff and making that movie bloated. But anyway, he makes a deal with the devil where he'll give anything to save Aunt May's life, even though she's old.
Yeah.
I know you love your Aunt May.
It's my time. I'm done.
Let me go.
Old. I don't want to live another day. It hurts to be so old. I'm not Marissa Tomei.
So instead, what he gives to Mephisto is his marriage to Mary Jane.
Oh boy.
Where basically what happens is...
I guess that makes sense. Although you're right, why would he give up the love of his life for an old lady?
Instead of being divorced, he just takes away their marriage. They don't remember ever being married. They remember dating, and they're still friends.
Silly.
And also Harry Osborn comes back to life, and everyone forgets that Peter Parker is Spider-Man.
Is that part of the deal?
No, but it was something that happened as a result of the deal.
Oh, jeez. And everybody forgot that he was Spider-Man?
Yes.
Wait, so he was publicly Spider-Man before Civil War?
In Civil War #2, he unmasks.
So this is after Civil War.
This was this storyline where he loses his marriage takes place after Civil War.
Okay.
Yeah. It was like
so now nobody knows he's Spider-Man.
Right.
I know this is not 90s Spider-Man, but I feel like this is the time for me to do it.
Okay.
Can I please very quickly explain how I would have done the new Spider-Man movie?
You certainly can.
This is not like jokey. This is how I literally think they should have done it.
This is your Spider-Verse idea,
This is my So the new Spider-Man movie starring what's his name? Tom Holland.
Tom Holland. Yeah.
So this is
surprisingly good.
Rather than do just another Spider-Man movie with Vulture or whatever, here's how I would have done it. I would have called it Spider-Verse probably or something like that. And
you do know they just did an actual comic event called Spider-Verse.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Yeah. It would be like a Civil War type thing, where you're borrowing the title, not really the plot.
Right, and Spider-Verse was good. If you do want to read some good Spider-Man.
I liked Shattered Dimensions, the Xbox 360.
Right, that was very similar.
So, I'm not sure exactly where you would start, either with Tom Holland or with Andrew Garfield. Maybe Tom Holland, I guess, since he's the new Spider-Man. But basically, it's about Tom Holland, and he joins up with parallel universe Spider-Mans to solve some like cosmic web thing. Yeah. And this is how you draw in all this is how you combine the MCU with the Andrew Garfield, because Amazing Spider-Man movies were pretty bad. Andrew Garfield, I liked him a lot, but a lot of people say he's not true to the character. He's a little too mean-spirited.
I like Andrew Garfield a lot, but I think he was a little too like snarky. Hipster snarky. Yeah.
Either way, whether it was
and Tobey Maguire was too much the opposite. He was too like,
I'm Jane. Oh
Mary Jane, why would I want you to go away? I love you.
I'm evil now. I'm going to strut.
The most evil thing he could do was dance.
Strut and dance.
Yeah.
But he didn't really quite get a fitting send away Andrew Garfield.
No.
And neither did Tobey Maguire, since Spider-Man 3 was kind of a letdown. So anyway, you have this movie.
I think Spider-Man 3 is unfairly maligned. I think it holds up actually pretty well, especially compared to Amazing Spider-Man 2, which was fucking.
I had a dream last night where the new villain in the new Spider-Man movie, Homecoming, it was Sandman for some reason.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know why. Anyway, so Tom Holland is the main Spider-Man, but he joins forces with Andrew Garfield, and they go from universe to universe. And this is where you can bring in maybe I don't know if you need to do this, but you can bring in like. The metal Spider-Man and the basically I'm borrowing stuff from the animated series where they combine. But about 45 minutes of the movie, the big reveal is they also join forces with Tobey Maguire.
Right.
And now he's back in it as like the elder statesman Spider-Man.
I think that would be great.
And then eventually, Andrew Garfield sacrifices his life and dies heroically. So it's like, look, Amazing Spider-Man universe is done. We're literally killing it off.
We're destroying that universe.
I don't think he would kill off Tobey Maguire, but he would go on. He'd be like the Luke Skywalker in Episode 7.
He could go live in a paradise dimension.
Yeah, exactly. And also, I would bring in Donald Glover, or maybe someone better, as Miles Morales. Like I think because a lot of people wanted Miles Morales to be the new Spider-Man, I would have brought him in from another universe, not the MCU.
Well,
and he could have teamed up with them, and then maybe if he's popular, so again, maybe not get Donald Glover, get someone better.
I have a few comments to everything you're saying.
But then you can do a spin-off series, so like Sony can own just those movies and not have to worry about.
So a couple of things. Yeah. That is what they did in the comics, basically, with Miles Morales. Yeah. Because they got rid of the Ultimate Universe, and now it's just one universe, and he was basically the only thing to survive the Ultimate Universe.
Which is silly, because the Ultimate Universe was supposed to make everything simpler and start over from fresh.
It was supposed to, but it very quickly got very, very convoluted. Thank you, Jeff Loeb. Yeah, but anyway, it was... Why are you throwing some shade at Donald Glover for? You don't like Donald Gloves? He's too old now.
He's too old.
Morales.
I like Donald Glover. I like Donald Glover. I love Community.
I'm excited for his new FX show.
Slightly overrated, but I think he's very funny.
Well, I
don't think he's Miles Morales. I don't think he fits quite. I mean, obviously he's an actor. He could probably. Yeah. He would be playing himself.
I believe they did model a little bit Miles' look off of Donald Glover.
Yeah.
I think so.
Well, I feel like there could be a better role out there. Just like how I just saw Deadpool, and I liked a lot of it, and I know Ryan Reynolds got the movie made, but I think he was miscast. I think he was the worst part of the movie.
Someone on Periscope saying, "Don't be hating on Don Glover." I agree.
I thought that said Dong Lover. You said, "Don't be hanging on Dong Lover," and I just kind of ignored it because I didn't know.
Do you think people have ever called him Dong Lover? Because he is, Donald.
If you combine Don
shortened to Don.
I don't know. Don went to school with Don Glover.
I did know that.
No, I also just respond. I think it was Kevin who said it. I did see the Spider-Man 4 storyboards.
I did see it too. Yeah,
they looked awesome.
They did look awesome. Yeah. The Sam Raimi Spider-Man movie were great.
Yeah, no, Spider-Man 3. It's very watchable. I wouldn't say it's good, but it's watchable.
Well, people compare it to like Batman and Robin. Batman and Robin is much worse. Although Batman and Robin it's watchable in certain ways.
I will defend Batman and Robin. It's certainly watchable.
It's much better than Superman 4. Although Superman 4 is kind of watchable
too. Yeah, it's much better than what's a non-watch Blade 3.
I never saw Blade 3. That's the only one of the Blades I didn't see.
Me neither. I saw part.
So I guess it's not watchable if neither of us have watched it.
I remember it was just weird. Remember James Franco? Good pie.
Yeah, so good.
So good.
Yeah, well, that's just James Franco. I'm sure he was just like, Sam, can I do whatever I want? And Sam Raimi's just like, yeah, whatever. I got millions of dollars. I'm so tired.
I'm so old.
I just want to make that Evil Dead movie.
So I think that would be the way to do it. That way it's just like, you're crossing off a bunch of check boxes.
Right.
You're bringing the MCU, you're bringing all the other Spider-Man movies into the MCU fold.
Yeah.
You're establishing the new Spider-Man without it being like, oh god, another Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Which they did. Apparently, Tom Holland was so good in Civil War that they kind of found a way around that anyway.
Yeah.
But and they're not doing an origin story, thank God.
Thank God, because
we didn't
I'm so sick of Spider-Man's origin.
But when I came up with this, we didn't know that his role in Civil War would have been as successful as it was.
Sure, yeah.
So yeah, you're doing that. You kill off Andrew Garfield. You bring in Miles Morales. It does so much, and it's a cool idea.
I think it is a cool idea, and I don't think it's like that unlikely. Now that Sony and Marvel are working together,
it's not going to be Homecoming.
No, it's definitely not going to be Homecoming, but I could see them adapting Spider-Verse
and getting Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire.
If they would be willing to do it, because they didn't get fitting sends off.
Here's the other reason.
They're very closely associated with the role.
The one other reason I thought they should do this is, I don't know what Spider-Man Homecoming is going to be about.
I think he comes home.
I think he comes home.
he comes home and finds Aunt May.
Aunt May, I'm home, and she's like, I'm so young.
I'm so young.
I'm so young.
Where's Aunt May? You can bone. Call up your friend Tony Stark.
Should we get breakfast? Breakfast what we should get? That's my cousin Vinny.
There weren't those tires on the 91 Buick Skylark.
He helped solve the crime. Vulture was driving a Buick Skylark.
And Joe Pesci.
No, I don't know what the movie's going to be about. I'm sure it's going to be different from the other Spider-Man movies, and that you're going to have Robert Downey Jr. You might have Captain America in there.
Totally.
But I'm guessing it's going to still basically be a villain of the week type plot.
I'm sure.
So the Spider-Verse at least would have been something different. Like, hey, like Civil War. Basically, like, hey, this movie isn't just who's the new Rogues Gallery villain, how do we stop him? What's the big action spectacle in the third act?
I just had a great thought.
Anyway, I think that's a really cool idea.
I just had a thought that should have been obvious to me a lot sooner, but the fact that Marvel is now in bed with Sony and making the Spider-Man movies means that Spider-Man's probably going to be in Infinity War.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, I think it occurred to me at some point. Yeah, of course.
That's amazing. I can't wait to see that.
I just hope, I'm assuming this is going to be the case, but I actually assumed this would have been the case in Age of Ultron, and it wasn't.
Yeah.
Well, before I had heard about what Age of Ultron was. When the vague Avengers 2, I thought vague Avengers 2 was going to have everybody that they've already set up so far. So I thought the Guardians of the Galaxy would have been in there. I actually like
that they haven't shoved the Guardians of the Galaxy into
I do too, but I thought that it was going to be everybody. Like, here's all the new people we set up.
Yeah.
And I was like, why not do Ant-Man first and build it up?
Right.
I wasn't expecting them to create new characters within Scarlet Witch and
right, all the new Avengers.
I didn't expect that to happen within the movie. I just assumed they were just going to make more movies about superheroes and combine them. Anyway, I would be really disappointed if Infinity War doesn't have everybody teamed up in the same scene. I don't want to be like, all right, now the Guardians of the Galaxy are on this side mission to do this. And I want all of them side by side fighting. Like Civil War, basically. Like the airport scene in Civil War times 10.
Yeah.
They have to do that, right?
I assume so.
I would be so disappointed they didn't do that.
When's the first volume of Infinity War come out? Is that 2018? That's soon.
2-3 years. What's the difference between 1 and 2? 2012, 2015. 3 years. 2018.
2018.
I think.
That used to feel so far away, and it doesn't feel that far away anymore.
Oh no, we'll be watching it on the Blu-ray on our 360 like that. I said the same thing about like Dark Knight 10 years ago. It's like one day Dark Knight's gonna be an old movie, and now it is.
Remember when there were like 6 years between a movie and its sequel, and you were like, they took forever to make that movie, and now it's like that was like 12 years ago.
Yeah, I know.
I can't think of which specific sequel I'm trying to think of.
Well, like Terminator, even Terminator 3.
Yeah,
Terminator 3 felt like it came out years and years and years later, and now that was 13 years ago.
T2 was what, 92?
91.
91, and then T3 was 99?
2003.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
But
that is a long time.
It felt like but
2003 to now is 13 years ago.
I think our younger audiences probably are like, not really. I think this is like being a 32-year-old. The thing is,
getting old
when
sucks,
movies come out when you're old enough to, we weren't quite adults at 17, 18, 19.
Right.
We were on our own. So now, like movies that came out then, that was 15 years ago.
Yeah.
But it feels like it was yesterday because our lives haven't changed as much since then. When you're young, your life as a 5th grader is totally different from your life as a 9th grader.
That's true, but it's also as you get older, you've lived more.
Yeah.
I realize that is a stupid thing to say, but it's like, half of my life now is like 16 years.
Yeah, the time literally feels quicker.
Exactly, and I can remember when I was 16 pretty well.
Yeah, imagine how quick it's going to go when we're 60, and like years are pretty much just like...
Yeah, and we'll be like, I'm so old. I identify with Aunt May.
Peter, fetch my shawl.
Get my ointment for my back.
Use your webs.
I need your webs.
Use your webs to give me a hammock.
So I can die.
I just want to die in my hammock.
I
have 6 weeks to live. My cancer was harmful.
Don't sell your marriage to the devil. I'm very old already.
Don't do it. It's just more suffering.
Every day is a nightmare for Aunt May.
Why are you extending my misery?
Spider-Man's kind of a jerk. So that's the Clone Saga. I don't know. I honestly, I haven't read much of it. Marvel has actually kind of embraced it a little bit in the past few years, the Clone Saga. Like, they've actually republished it in a new set of paperbacks. I think there's like 6 paperbacks that have like 20 issues each. Like, this went on for years.
Yeah, I remember it being very long.
Yeah.
It was like Peter Parker was not Spider-Man for a long... Like, this Ben Reilly guy was the Spider-Man for a while.
He was the Scarlet Spider for a little while. He had like...
What's the Scarlet Spider?
The Scarlet Spider was Ben Reilly. Instead of being Spider-Man, he was the Scarlet Spider.
But he's the same thing?
He's the same powers. He wore a blue hoodie that had a spider on it, which is actually pretty cool looking, but it was sleeveless because it was the 90s.
And it was, by hoodie you mean, it wasn't like spandex or vinyl, it was
like
cloth.
He wore like completely red spandex instead of the red and blue like webbing spandex that Spider-Man wears, and then over that he had a hoodie.
It's kind of like how...
One of those weird superheroes who wears jackets over their leotards.
Yeah, it's kind of like how Tim Drake is now Red Robin and has a hood. It's like, he can't be Robin anymore, but we don't want to make another Nightwing. Let's just make him like a pseudo-Robin. Red Robin.
I don't care for the Red Robin thing. Like, he should just be Robin.
I don't care for it in that it's redundant, but I see that he's too old to be Robin, and you don't want to just make him a totally different superhero. But now you have like 3 Robins.
But that's what you did with Nightwing.
But yeah, exactly. But now it's getting redundant. Now you don't want to do that again.
I guess. They could call him Red Nightwing.
And you have Red Hood.
Yeah. Well, Red Hood is a big mistake. He should have stayed dead. But that's...
Nobody stays dead.
Nobody stays dead. I know who didn't stay dead? Ben Reilly.
And Nicole Smith is...
Well, she's decomposing at a faster than normal rate, so she's not...
No, I always thought the 2... Because they always bring everybody back. Superman died, Batman died, Spider-Man died.
Right.
The 2 I thought they should have never brought back were Jason Todd. Right. And I thought they should have never reversed Barbara Gordon's paralysis. I thought because Oracle had become so entrenched in the DC universe, right? And they undid both, and it's just like now, literally, I will never take any death ever serious.
Well, for many, many years, the 3 undoable deaths were Uncle Ben, Bucky, and Jason Todd, and they've undone 2 of them. And Bucky was actually done well.
I didn't know. I didn't know. I guess it made sense that Bucky came back as Winter Soldier. Winter Soldier is relatively new.
Yeah, like 2004.
Really? See, I don't know much about comics, especially.
And it's a great run.
My introduction to Winter Soldier was the Marvel Ultimate Alliance game.
Oh yeah.
Xbox 360.
Yeah.
And that was such a.
Those were good games. I love those. And the X-Men Legends games.
Yeah, they were spin-off of the X. Yeah, all of those Ultimate games were great.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was where I first heard of Winter Soldier, so I just assumed he was already a thing.
No, he was pretty new at that point. Yeah. And that was a good story. Jason Todd coming back, it was just a result of Superboy Prime punching the walls of reality.
Also, Superboy died, which I didn't like, and I think he's back now. I think Superboy Prime killed him, too.
Yes.
Superboy as in Kal-El, the 90s Superboy, the clone of Superman.
Right, that came in the reign of the Superman. Yeah.
Who was one of my favorites.
He was actually half a clone of Superman and half a clone of Lex Luthor.
And no, wasn't he a clone of the guy the scientist from Cadmus that built him?
It was revealed later that he was half Luthor.
Is anybody ever anything they say they are the first time?
Never. In fact, I'm not even Dan.
What?
My name is Chad.
No.
Chad Ochocinco. That's the first name I thought
of. Guys, big reveal. Big cross-universe reveal here. I thought this entire time, for the last 18 months, I've been doing podcasts with Dan Mulhall, my childhood chum. But apparently, I was doing it with renowned NFL and Twitterer, Chad Ochocinco.
Here I am, guys.
Wow, I did
What's
not
going
see that
on?
coming.
Ask me any questions about football.
Are we going to reverse this at some point when it turns out you were actually Dan all along?
I don't know if you can get me to say Ochocinco backwards, I will go back to my home dimension.
Wait, so you're Chad Ochocinco, but you're not from this dimension?
Nope.
Where's Dan?
There was never
Why does Chad Ochocinco want to do a show entirely about Dan that talks about Dan?
I just, I've really inhabited this character for a long time, and I love characters, so here I am.
So, your name has changed. You're now Chad Ochocinco, but
yes.
clearly you look the same, you sound the same.
This is the magic of technology. This is where we are in 2016. You can look like anybody if you have enough money. We're in the face-off universe now. I swapped faces with Dan.
So everything else is still good.
Yeah. I'm still really strong, really fast.
So you're Chad. This is Chad Ochocinco's body with Dan's face.
Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, that's exactly right.
So what am I? Am I just Uncle Ben? Am I the constant?
You're Spider-Man's Uncle Ben. I plucked you from...
I'm so dead. Why didn't you stop the criminal?
I used my Chad Ochocinco reality-altering powers to pull you from the fictional Marvel universe, and I de-aged you.
I feel like we've jumped the shark. I hope at some point this continuity is retconned back to normal.
I hope so,
You know what? Mephisto, if you can hear me, I will sell my soul to bring back Dan. You can annul my...
annul your soul?
I'm not married. You can annul my Amazon Prime subscription. I will give up my Amazon Prime subscription if Dan can be returned and Chad Ochocinco never existed.
I will accept this deal, and I will change everything back to the way it was.
Wait a second. How will I watch Man in the High Castle? No!
You'll never see it again. The Nazis won the war.
Welcome back, Dan.
Hey, everybody. How's it going? Oh, man, we're in the middle of an episode, huh?
Yeah, we have 14 minutes and 44 seconds left on the clock.
Well, that's the Spider-Man Clone Saga. I think we should do a new topic. What do you think, Jack?
I guess I was going to make some kind of joke about Cartoon Network should do a Spider-Man Clone Wars thing, and it's just a bunch of Ben Rileys, but the moment's passed.
That moment's passed. All right, so let's do one more topic before we run out of time here.
Or two or three, we don't know.
Or two or three. Okay, here we go.
Here.
I got the topic.
Yeah, and sorry guys, we haven't really been looking at your comments. We've been doing our voices and stuff.
Yes, we've been busy doing bits.
Oh wait, we were doing. Maybe we got what is this? Nickelodeon Toys R Us Supermarket Sweep? Is that?
That sounds like three things
topics?
mushed together.
Should we take another topic from Periscope and give that Dusseldorf one more shot?
All right, we'll take the next topic on the Periscope.
Specificity, guys. Give us something specific.
Give us something good, something meaty.
Yeah, yes, that's it.
My cousin Vinny. There you go.
I'm so young. I'm so young. I'm with Vinny.
I won so many Oscars. One. All right, My Cousin Vinny's our topic. My Cousin Vinny is a fantastic film.
So good. It's so good.
And there was controversy. There's controversy about Marissa Tomei's Oscar win. That maybe it was, who was it? Was it Jack Palance? Right?
It was. I want to interrupt Dusseldorf. Apparently that wasn't three topics. We thought it was three topics. Nickelodeon, Toys R Us, Supermarket Sweep. Apparently Nickelodeon hosted a supermarket sweep in Toys R Us, which sounds amazing.
I do vaguely remember that, and I always wanted to...
It sounds amazing. My dad actually did that once for my birthday. He took me to Toys R Us. He's just like, buy whatever you want. And it's just like, one thing? He's like,
wow.
He's like, no, yeah, I'll get a few things. And
sweet.
I just...
You went right to the frozen turkeys and loaded up.
I piled up frozen turkey. No, I piled up a bunch of Ninja Turtle action figures.
Nice, smart move.
I got like a foot soldier that was a mutagen and could turn into a golden super foot soldier.
That's pretty cool.
Anyway, I got like a ton of stuff, and my dad was like, "No, I didn't need like that much." And I was like, "Do I put it back?" He goes, "No, I got a shit ton of."
Hey, Jackie boy, I'll buy you all these Ninja Turtles figures. You gotta get the gold one that turns into a regular one.
Nobody, our 90s Percentile listeners don't know what that was.
They know what that is. That's your dad. My Cousin Vinny, let's talk about it. It was a great movie. Oh, the Academy Award thing I was talking about. Yeah, she is phenomenal in that movie. And there's rumors that Jack Palance, who read the Best Actress... Misread it. And just said Marissa Tomei. And then they just, rolled with it.
I don't think they put the losers in the ticket.
I don't think so either.
I don't think it's like they put the 5 nominees and make the winner in bold. I think they just put the winner.
It would have to be like Jack Palance is just fucking with people because he's Jack Palance and why the fuck not? But
it's not you, Sugar Lumps.
Yeah, it's me, Sugar Lumps. That's a Batman quote.
No, I was making sure you're not Chad Ochocinco. I was saying,
who?
Is that you?
The football player?
Is that you, Sugar Lumps?
He is a football player, right?
Yeah, of course.
All right.
I don't know if he still is. I feel like I haven't read anything about Chad Ochocinco in quite some time.
I have no idea.
Ochocinco, by the way, is Spanish.
For 8'9". Oh, no, 8'5". 8'5. Yeah.
Yeah.
He should really be Ochento or Ochenta-cinco.
Yeah, he could be whatever the fuck he feels like.
I guess. When you have reality warping powers, you can do anything you want. But let's talk about
Chad Ochocinco is the real world
Mr.
Mixie-Afflictic.
I mean, prove to me that he's not, Jack. Prove to me that he is not.
I can't prove
that. That's how you prove all things, by disproving them.
Wow.
Until you run out of things.
Don't heart that.
I want to talk about my cousin. This is why it should just be me on this show. We don't need Jack at all. I could just talk to myself, and it would just be 60 minutes of gold.
I add value.
Someone, I got a heart on Periscope. I actually do want to talk about my cousin Vinny, because I think we both love that movie.
I actually have several cousins, Vinny.
Yeah, I don't think I have any cousins, Vinny.
I have several.
All right. Can they be my cousins too, so I can say my cousin Vinny?
I guess if you marry my sister.
Done.
She just adopted a kid, so you have to take that on too.
Well, and I guess my wife wouldn't be happy about it.
No. All right. She might be. She might be like.
She might be into splitting time, like a.
I was just saying splitting time. I was thinking maybe she just dumped the dead weight.
I see. Just she's gonna get rid of me and then move on to much better things.
Move on to much better things. She's actually fell in love with Chad Ochocinco.
I still have some of that money.
While Chad was sleeping with her every night.
Yeah,
she kind of fell in love with him. It was kind of a Fringe season 3 situation.
I'm really glad Mephisto undid that timeline. My cousin Vinny, I didn't know this for a number of years. It was directed by, I think his name is Jonathan Lynn. He also directed Clue.
Ooh.
And Clue is one of my absolute favorite movies of all time.
So how do you make 2 classic movies? Like, they're not maybe, The Godfather and Apocalypse Now.
Right.
But they're classic movies.
I mean, my cousin Vinny's an Academy Award winner.
Yeah, exactly. So they're classic movies. How do you make 2 movies and not be like a famous director? Why don't we know his name? What is it?
Jonathan Lynn is his name. Lynn. Or you can just search My Cousin Vinny on IMDb.
Yeah, when I said what is it, I actually meant what was the topic. I forgot what we were talking about for a split second. Jonathan Lynn, written by Dale Launer. Yeah, I feel like Dale Launer, whoever this guy is, never heard of him. Yeah. He wrote My Cousin Vinny. He should be a super successful screenwriter with lots of a great filmography.
Well, let's see. He also wrote Ruthless People, which I've never seen. Dirty Rotten Scoundrels.
That's a big one.
Which is a great movie, but I rewatched it somewhat recently, and I don't know if it holds up so well.
Was a big movie at the time.
Blind Date was a big movie. Love Potion No. 9, I feel like, was a big.
That was Sandra Bullock's first big role.
Yeah, but I don't think it was any good. It's interesting that after My Cousin Vinny, he kind of his filmography just kind of ends.
I guess maybe he just go to the fucking beach.
I guess. Got all that Vinny money.
Or maybe he got harmful cancer. I don't know.
Maybe. Who knows? That's not on his
Wikipedia does not have how fast his body decomposes. He's alive.
So it's decomposing at the normal rate, which is not at all.
Since we have Periscope here on video, so I'm sorry to our audio listeners, but just real quick, my favorite moment in My Cousin Vinny is when the evil prosecutor played by Lane. Lane something. He was Perry on Lois and Clark.
Was he? I didn't even know that. He was in the Mighty Ducks. He was the evil coach.
Yeah, and I think he was in maybe the 80 series V.
Yeah,
anyway,
he was in a lot of things.
He's talking about the tire tracks or something, I forget. And he just does this hand motion I'm about to do. Sorry, audio listeners. And he just goes, identical. And that always just tickles
really
my fancies.
Yeah.
But there's
Lane Smith is his name.
Lane Smith. I always remembered it funny because he was Perry Ellis and not Perry Ellis. He was Perry
White.
And
I did not know that.
He was Lois Lane's boss, and his real name was Lane, and that also tickled my fancy.
Okay. My fancy is tickled. My Cousin Vinny, what else can we say about it? It's Fred Gwynn's last film.
Yeah, it's just really.
Yeah.
He was great as a judge.
He was.
The Munster and
Fred Munster himself.
Oh, and he's from Pet Sematary.
Yeah.
Sometimes Dad's better.
Dad's better.
Dad's better.
Sometimes Dad's better.
You gotta wear better clothes in court.
I wonder how fast he decomposed. Normal speed or Fred Munster speed?
Let's see if Wikipedia...
Fred Munster was already decomposed.
We shouldn't have to go to Wikipedia for this. There should be a website, how fast did they decompose
.org.
Like,
it's a non-profit.
Like, they have apparently you can look up celebrities' net worth.
Yeah, you can Google that.
Like, I want to look up celebrities decomposing.
I want to know how fast they are going.
Should we add a line to Fred Gwynn if there isn't, and just and just guess?
You'll have to do it because I don't like to speak ill of the dead. It's GW. There you go.
They're dead. They're dust. There's nothing after. They're not coming back.
They might. You don't know.
All of your loved ones that you have lost, you will never see them again.
Including Fred Gwynn?
Fred Gwynn is the exception.
But he was my most loved of all.
He is like Gaia. He just became one of
He became one part of the earth.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's see. Early life? No, that doesn't tell us anything about his corpse. He died of pancreatic cancer. Ugh. That's a bad one.
So
sleep.
That's so bad that I don't really want to defame his Wikipedia page.
There's nothing on.
You know me, I love defaming Wikipedia, but
yeah, no, there's nothing.
Not for Fred Quinn.
Decomposing though. I'm just gonna go ahead and assume that he decomposed at a normal average rate.
I mean, he was a tall man.
Well, you know what? I just closed the article. I would say it depends on when you die and where. Like, what's the humidity?
Like, if you die in a swamp, you're going to decompose a lot faster.
Yeah. If you die in a tar pit, you won't decompose at all.
No, and if you die in the tundra, you'll probably just freeze, and your corpse will be preserved, just like Walt Disney's.
He died in July. That's not great. It doesn't say where, though. You know, July is winter in half of the world.
That's true.
So, I'm going to assume he died in Australia. So let's just say it was winter there.
Winter.
And he.
Winter is coming.
Winter is coming. Let's just say he didn't decompose at all. It's like Lenin's tomb. Gwyn's tomb.
Gwyn's tomb. He's just perfectly preserved. As befitting a monster. We're talking about my cousin Vinny. Really quick story.
Yeah.
I was at Comic-Con, New York Comic-Con a few years ago, and Ralph Macchio was there.
Karate Kid.
You could meet and greet Ralph Macchio. Literally, the only things people would know him from: the Karate Kid and my cousin Vinny. My wife and my sister-in-law and my brother-in-law. They're like, we gotta meet Ralph Macchio. Like, he's the Karate Kid. Yeah. My cousin Vinny, we gotta meet Ralph Macchio. And I said, I am not paying money to meet Ralph Macchio. And I didn't. And the three of them did. And I regret it a little bit.
Yeah, you should. I'm against paying money to get autographs.
It was $50 total to meet Ralph Macchio.
That's ridiculous. I'm surprised people would actually do it. I'm surprised at your family.
Yeah.
But
they're not blood family. It's just my wife and her crazy
honestly,
family.
You should leave them.
Yeah. Including Alex Placencia, past and possibly future guest. You should
marry my sister and adopt my nephew.
Done.
I went to an Islanders playoff game a couple of weeks back, a month back. And I forget, they showed somebody in the crowd. The crowd was kind of listless. I think we were down a goal. I might be wrong on this. But the crowd was like, you know, it's a playoff game. We kind of were just like, whatever. Yeah. And then they just cut. Oh, that's right. So then, like, it's in between plays, maybe in between periods, and they show a video that Ralph Macchio had recorded earlier, and it's on the Jumbotron. He's just like, hey, this is Ralph Macchio. Go Isles, go Isles. Okay. They do a thing with "Let's Go Isles," and he started the chant in from the pre-record and actually got everybody to go "Let's Go Isles." We actually started doing it with him. That was a big.
So Ralph Macchio is a big inspiration.
It would have been awkward if he was doing it on the tape and nobody did. Anyway, then suddenly they just cut to him like live. We're like, what? And we realize he's in the game. He's at the game. He's in a skybox. He's like at the game with us.
That's weird.
We're all looking for him, and we see him, and the camera's on, and he's just like standing out at the edge of the skybox, and he just raises his arms like Apocalypse on top of the pyramid. And I've never seen a arena crowd get so pumped in my life.
Really?
We all just got on our feet. We're like, yeah! And he started doing it again.
Macchio!
So he started going, let's go out. And we just went nuts. And
that's amazing.
Like Ralph Macchio, Karate Kid's a great movie.
It sure is.
He's great in My Cousin Vinny.
Yeah.
But he's not, he's Ralph Macchio.
He's Ralph Macchio, yeah.
The presence he commanded I would never.
That's amazing. I would never think, especially nowadays, Ralph Macchio.
I had never. This was a playoff game. I had never seen a crowd more pumped for anything in my life.
I gotta say,
it was like an Obama rally.
Yeah. Ralph Macchio looks very good nowadays. He's like 56.
He looks good because he's got a baby face, but he certainly looks his age.
I don't know. I think he could still play.
He looks like a 55-year-old Italian guy.
I think he could still play the Karate Kid.
The Karate Man.
Karate Man.
Ralph Macchio, if you're listening, I'm a big Islanders fan. Yeah, I'll work it in the script somehow. I will write you The Karate Man if you agree to star and finance it.
Yes, he plays Apocalypse at the top of a pyramid.
He chokes Mystique, and there's a whole...
Yes, and there's a whole thing going on. We're running out of time. I have a quick question for you,
By the way, I get why everybody's upset about the misogynist thing of him choking a woman.
Right.
But he also killed billions of people and just... Yeah, should be upset about both
I just thought...
I'm not saying you shouldn't be upset about Mystique getting choked, but you should be upset about both things.
Yeah.
He killed lots of people.
And also the movie was terrible. That's another thing to be upset about.
X-Men, a piece of shit.
There you go. My question for the last minute and 45 seconds we have remaining here. Joe Pesci, fantastic in My Cousin Vinny. Is it his best role? And if not, what do you think is?
I would say Tommy DeVito and Goodfellas.
That's what I thought you would say.
Up there, but I'll go. Yeah, My Cousin Vinny's is it's definitely his most fun role.
It's definitely his most fun role. Although an argument could be made for Home Alone.
That's a pretty fun Harry Line popped up in my head right away. Even his role in Casino, even though it's a little derivative of Tommy DeVito.
Yeah.
I think he's just a fucking awesome actor.
Absolutely.
He's great at Raging Bull.
Yeah, he is fantastic at Raging
You
Bull.
fuck my wife? I didn't fuck your wife. Come on.
Fuck my wife?
Yeah, I didn't fuck your wife.
I just love, and this is another visual thing for the Periscope guys and gals. One of my absolute favorite moments in Home Alone is when he opens the door and the flamethrower hits his face, and he just goes, "Ah!" And then
that's a bad impression of his face.
They show it from like different angles. Ah!
That's not a bad. Can we make that the screenshot?
Sure, we sure can. I just love. There was an animated GIF of that just from the different angles, just coming back and forth, and just never ending, and it just tickled me to no end.
Yeah, I mean,
I fucking loved it.
We did a whole sync points. Home Alone and Home Alone 2.
We did Home Alone 2.
Great. Yeah.
Home Alone 1's the flame.
No, I you know what? If I had to pick performance, I'm not picking a movie.
Yeah.
Vinny. It's because Tommy DeVito is a better character. He's funnier. I'd say he's even more commanding to watch.
Yeah.
But he doesn't. He's doing the same shtick. Hey, I'm a crazy mobster. Vinny is like the fish out of water element does add a lot to it.
I agree, and I love a good fish out of water story.
Not a Gone Fishing out of water.
Because Gone Fishing was a terrible movie. And that is it for this episode of 90s Percentile. If you guys have topics and you're not on Periscope right now, you can go to our website, which is currently 90spercentile.wordpress.com.
Our permatemporary.
I'm working on it. Eventually, WePodcast.com.
Everybody knows how to use Squarespace.
We'll probably have everything.
If we have any Squarespace experts, how do we make a sub website? Let us know.
I spent a long time on Memorial Day trying to figure that out.
Let us know.
WePodcast.com, that's WEEPodcast.com. You can definitely get to 90s Percentile there. While you're there, you can submit your 90s topics.
Should we just talk about what we learned first before we get into the...
Yeah, I was going to say that right now.
All right. What did you learn? What did you learn?
Well, I learned that there is an entity, and his name is Chad Ochocinco, and that he is imbued with powers from the fifth dimension, and based on comments you said after I blacked out at one point during this podcast.
As the time has gone, my memory of my memories have kind of combined back to the.
I think there was something going on. I don't know. I think he fucked my wife or something.
He fucked your wife?
my wife?
Chad Ochocinco fuck your wife?
I don't know. I don't think he did, but I don't know.
I just broke my shoe.
That's good. That's another thing I learned. What'd you learn today, Jack?
I don't know. You would do a very decent impression of Joe Pesci's face when he's getting the flamethrower. That tickles my fancy.
All right, we'll do an animated GIF of me doing it, maybe.
Yeah, so that's it, right?
Yeah, that's it. We got lots of good stuff. Listen to our Simpsons podcast, worst episode ever, although it is now on hiatus, sorry to say. But you can go back and listen to the old episodes. Those are on WePodcast.com. Check out Sync Points. That's our movie commentary series. Maybe we'll do a new one this summer. Now that we're not doing we can maybe
I feel like we're kind of defeating the purpose of a vacation by adding.
That's true. By adding more obligations to us. But yeah. What else we got? Anything else? Oh, an iTunes review, of course, guys. We need you to do iTunes reviews because we're running out of them. We got a lot of 5-star reviews. You guys have been great. But if you do like the show, rate us on iTunes. Give us 5-star. Write whatever the hell you want. Preferably use 90s slang, 90s lingo. And that helps us out a lot. We're actually featured on iTunes.
Yeah, we got a few good reviews this week.
Okay.
But I'm not going to read those. I'll probably read one of the older ones.
We're going to read one of the shitty reviews.
No, they're all great.
They're all good because they're all 5 stars, which is great.
The problem is we don't remember which ones we've read and which ones we have.
If you don't want to do an iTunes review, all you got to do is just tell more people about this show.
That's actually more important.
It is much more important because, who are we? We're nobodies. We're just two guys bullshitting, talking about the Clone Saga on a podcast. And a lot of you listen to our
half of us speak ill of the dead.
Yeah, half of us speak ill of the dead. That's one characteristic that makes us. Someone on Periscope saying they tried to review, but iTunes is being a piece of shit and not letting me. Well, don't give up, guys.
Yeah, we've had some experience with iTunes, and just be persistent. You'll get there. We appreciate the effort.
At some point, this podcast will be listed as We Studios and not Unknown. I need to fix that. I think it's still doing that. But anyway. Jack, do we have a 5-star review that we want to read?
Yeah.
And also, how are we going to read it?
I'll read it. Stop me if
you heard this one.
Yeah, because I don't remember which ones we've read and which ones we haven't.
Sure.
Did we do, I got on board early and have every bit of content from Wii Studios except the 3-hour one? Sorry, LOL. Enjoyed every other minute of it, though. Keep up the fun, guys, and thanks. By Ted Winness. And the title was Great Works, Guy, smiley face.
Whether we did it or not, we just did it again. So there you go. That's fine. That works. And thank you, Ted, whatever your name was. Ted Gwynn. So that is it, I think, for this episode of 90s Percentile.
Ted Winness. Thank you, Ted.
My name is Dan.
My name is Jack, and we'll see you in another decade.
We sure will.
Wait, don't you say we'll see you in another decade? I started it.
Oh, did you?
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, we should have done it the other way.
Let's do it the other way.
All right.
Right?
You start.
Oh, I'm Jack.
It's so difficult. It'd be so much easier if it was just me.
All right, that's it, guys. Let's do our Twitter handles. By the way,
we didn't do that either.
By the way, I'm at Jackie No Breaks.
I'm at Then Dan Says. The podcast is at 90s Percentile.
And that's about it. My name is Jack.
My name is Dan, and we will see you in another decade.
And you guys, if you guys want to keep watching us, we're going to take a break. We're
going to change clothes. We're going to strip down.
We have a little episode of The Simpsons about Legos that we need to watch. So we'll be back on at 2 o'clock. Maybe
1 o'clock was really shooting for the moon.
Yeah, huh?
Because it's definitely going to be 2.
We could have done it, except that this fucking shit is so hard to keep together.
Yeah.
Michael Cera.
People say I look like Michael Cera, which
he's a very ugly guy.
He got really ugly. He got very ugly.
He's not cute anymore.
Yeah. I agree.
You also
I've gotten it before. I find myself to be a kind of Adonis type figure.
More like
a Chad Ochocinco type.
More like a Dunkus. Dunkus is the Greek god of ugliness.
I'm out of here. Done, guys.
Guys, we'll be back at 2, but we're not
now.
going to be on this this handle, this 90s percentile.
Right. Well, this is the 90s percentile. We're going to switch over to the Wii
because it's
do our season finale.
We actually have a Wii Studios, but nobody follows it because we started it too late. So
yeah,
it's just easier to do it.
I think at one point we probably will have to
do an Exxon Mobil.
Yeah, I think we're going to have to merge our Twitter accounts. Maybe over the summer since Wii is going to be kind of quiet.
Maybe.
We'll see.
So we'll see you guys around 2 o'clock, well, some of you, if you decide to follow it. And we're going to record the body to Worst Episode Ever, episode 85, about the Lego episode, Brick Like Me. And then we're going to do a Q&A. We'll actually watch the Periscope and look at all your comments. We won't be...
Yeah. We won't be making our own bits.
So you can ask us whatever you want.
Yeah.
It's Ask Us whatever you want. It's not an AMA. It's a
wild
way.
A wild way.
A wild way. A wild way. A wild way. A wild way. In the Periscope, the mighty Periscope, that answers some questions. Woo!
All right,
That's enough of that, guys.
No one's watching anymore, even though we're getting lots of hearts. All right.
Take care.
Thanks, guys.
And now the awkward
It's still not.
And then I guess to tap stop broadcast too.